Anthony Adebayo. We off the record.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo, and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sports.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B. Yo, what up? What up, man? What's going on? Oh, the horns. You know when the horns go off, man. You know it's something serious, man. What's good, man? What's going on?
I've learned over the course of the past 3 years the first minute just be silent because I don't know what's coming. You don't know if it's horns, you don't know if it's hand claps, you don't know what it is. So.
Yeah, man. All right, so we back another week. This is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's your boy Scotty B.
So, hey, man, we got a lot to cover today. But before we do anything, cover anything else, let's give a congrats to the Seattle Storm.
Yes, absolutely.
WNBA champions. I will have hold up my WNBA hoodie, but I ain't about to get up and get it. Man. Let's just give them a hand clap.
Shout out to Superb, man.
Oh yeah. It's so. Is she the best? Is she the best women's guard in the history?
It's tough to dispute it. I mean, because you look at her 2 national championships in college. She's got 4 WNBA championships. Then you look at what she does overseas too. And I don't know those accolades off the top of my head, but she's right there.
Right.
I don't know who you could really put her up against.
I mean, you still got somebody like Cynthia Cooper. You got Cheryl Swoops.
I give her the edge over Cheryl Swoops. I was thinking more Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller's more. She's more of a forward though. Look, and folks getting started already, man. All right, Mike. We understand the Lakers. Lakers up 3-1, but we'll get to that. Who cares about that? We'll get to that later. So, but I mean, so you're talking best ever, forget position.
You know what you did say, best guard, best woman basketball player ever. That's a tough one. I'm interested to see what the listeners think. So here's the thing, right, about women's sports. You had a lot of
be careful, Scott.
Great. Nah. You had a lot of great women athletes,
right,
that kind of predated the WNBA.
Right.
And it's been a lot of great women athletes that have been forced to go overseas or stuff like that. So I don't want to say the sample size isn't large. I'm just saying it's a very undercovered sport, just in general, that there's a lot of women athletes out there that I don't think get the credit that they deserve. And they just, because of circumstances. And then you tie in the fact that in some cases they can make more overseas than playing over here. So, I'm sure a lot of them don't even mess with the WNBA. They go and they follow the money or whatever the case. So but it's hard to wrap that up though. On my end, it's tough to go against Sue Bird.
Yeah, don't forget about Nancy Lieberman. I guess a lot of people, wouldn't really put her up. I mean, but from what I saw, and the stories I was told, she was a problem. And she's technically the first woman to win a men's professional championship in the Big Three.
Yeah, and a lot of people I can't forget about Lisa Leslie. It's been a lot
Right.
of them that I'm sure we're sliding right now. And I'm not going to say I watch the WNBA and I look at it, but I wouldn't say that I'm as avid of a follower as I am for the NBA. So I'm
Right.
sure
Right.
I'm looking out for a lot of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's okay. I mean, as long as I guess they're being recognized and saluted, because I mean they did a good job. I'll commend the NBA and the WNBA for the job that they did with the bubble and the wobble or whatever. But the bubble, like they kind of set a standard, and they both have to be commended.
I was listening to an interview with Sue Bird today, and they asked her, it was like, how is life in the bubble? And she was like, it's just weird. She was like, as a professional athlete, you need that away time from the game.
Right.
And she was like, it's hard to get that in the bubble because you're seeing other members of different teams, coaches, you're seeing the referees. And, she said just even with the celebration, it was just weird not having a crowd, not sprinkling the confetti, just pretty much like they won, and it was like dead silence in the arena.
Yeah, you gotta turn up. I mean, they could have got some fake crowd noise or something, man.
Right.
They
put a spanking on Las Vegas. So that was
what?
They put a spanking on Las Vegas.
It wasn't even close, man. It was it was definitely a mismatch, and it's always tough when the MVP gets swept in the finals, and you're like, damn, like you couldn't get one win. So I mean, that's just tough. That's tough. Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces for making it to the finals, but damn, they got smoked.
So that leads right into let's stay with basketball for a second. The Lakers, they're up 3-1. Yeah, we got to talk about it, man. The performance yesterday, I thought that was a test that they met. The game was muddy. It was ugly.
It was ugly.
It was ugly, but the Lakers were able to persevere. Do you see Miami pushing this to Game 6?
See, here's the problem with this question, because if I say yes, everyone's gonna say that I'm being a homer, and I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. I do think that Miami can win Game 6. I mean, Game 5. Now, what happens in Game 6? I don't know. But if I can, with a clear conscience, say, will Miami win Game 5? Absolutely. They showed yesterday that they could win, that they could play with the Lakers. They showed the other two games that they could play with the Lakers. I mean, it's not like the Lakers just kicking their butts. It's been a game every game pretty much. So I mean, yes, the Miami Heat can win Game 5.
I would agree they can win Game 5. I think what's hurting them is not having Gordon Dragic. They needed one more playmaker yesterday, and I think
yesterday you saw it the most.
Yeah, and I think like right now too, they're depending on your brother way too much. He's a superstar. He's right there, but to ask him at this stage in his career to carry that team is, and I'm not saying he's not capable, but it's like an unfair, expectation to place on his shoulders. And I think that's where Miami is right now, to go up against LeBron, to go up against AD. And I mean, Jimmy Butler, he's right there too, but we're going to see a lot more AD guarding him in Game 5 as well.
Guarding Butler?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that. I think that one of the biggest issues that Miami has is that they need some JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard types coming off the bench to help out. You see what I'm saying? They don't yes, they need some scoring and they have plenty of shooters. But I think if you have some other big, some 7-footers, that'd take some of the pressure off of Bam and Jimmy Butler. Yes, you have Crowder and Olynyk, but they're more wing players. They're not really low post type guys that'll do like the dirty work. They don't really have a lot of guys that'll do the dirty work. They have Iguodala, but he's still undersized. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little tough. It's just a little tough, but I think that somehow, some way, they'll at least get another game. At the least, they'll get another game. And you got to play one game at a time.
Yeah, I don't think it's impossible for them to get another game. One thing that you are pointing out, and it's true, is the Lakers are really balanced. They've got the bigs. I've been critical of their guard play, but they do have guards. They've got wing players, and they can adjust. Look at that Houston series; they were able to play small ball, and then when they got back to the Denver series, it's like, okay, we're gonna play big boy ball, and just having a roster with that diverse of talent to where you're able to adjust or you're able to exploit another team's weakness, I think that's really helped them in this playoffs. So something I wanted to ask you, though. Our homie Doc Rivers. He is the 76ers coach. How'd you feel about that?
I like that move. I really do. I like that move because I think that what's his name? Ben Simmons and Embiid, they will more than anybody benefit from having a coach like Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying? I think that what Doc Rivers brings, because I know I've said, he's overrated, but I never said he was a bad coach. And I wasn't saying it like he was overrated, like he was a bad coach. I just think that where they were putting him with the super elite was a little bit overrating him. I still think that he's one of the better coaches in the league, and he's the type of coach that Ben Simmons, Embiid, even Horford, and the rest of those guys are going to need. He's who they're going to need.
I think he's going to hold them accountable. I think that's what's been missing. Embiid, as great as he is, I've been critical, and other people have been critical. He doesn't appear to be in the best shape, and he doesn't appear to always be locked in. It's a lot of joking there, which we all like his Instagram and his Twitter posts or whatnot, but to go to the next level, you've got to be locked in. And then Ben Simmons, he's still kind of an X factor. We don't know. We don't know if he's reached his ceiling, which I don't think many people they think that he's got more potential, and we're yet to see how good he could be. And then the chemistry with that team is off. It's been hinted to. Al Horford hinted to it. Jimmy Butler has kind of talked about it in a roundabout way, but something is off with that locker room. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can almost kind of, I hate to say this, but the 76ers need a Phil Jackson type coach. And what I mean by that is Phil Jackson, he had the triangle, it worked, but he was a master at managing egos and getting everybody to buy into what he was selling. And I think that ultimately helped Michael Jordan get to the next level. And then it ultimately brought Shaq and Kobe together to where they were able to buy in. And even though they didn't like each other at the time, he was able to convince them, okay, this is the way we're going to play. And he was able to get everybody else on that team to recognize, okay, this is your role. This is what we need you to do. They're the stars. but we need you to follow suit. So it's going to be interesting to see if he could bring Ben Simmons' game to the next level, get Embiid to buy in, and get the group to play with them. So yeah, I mean, more to come on that.
Yeah, and yeah, the good thing is he's back in the East. I think he's a better coach now than he was when he was in Orlando. So, and he has more talent but Doc Rivers has always had talent. It's just getting over the hump. Philly was one of those teams where you was like, they have the talent to win the East, but do they have the coach now? I don't believe that they had the coach before. Now you can say they have the coach, and we're gonna see.
Yeah, I would agree. The talent has always been there, but has it always gelled? I was always under the impression that they needed more shooters. I am also a firm believer that the ball needs to come out of Ben Simmons' hands. I'll keep saying until he can. But
I don't think that's the case though, Scott. Because Ben Simmons, I don't think he should have bring the ball up every time, right? I don't think, so if they get another point guard like a Rondo type or any other point guard, almost, for the most part, any solid point guard that can, a George Hill, right? If they was to get a George Hill that could take some of that pressure off of Ben Simmons bringing the ball up, then cool. But to take the ball out of his hands completely, I don't think that's a good idea.
I didn't mean completely, but he can't, like you said, and I agree with that. He can't come down every play because he can't shoot. And that's honest. He can't shoot and he won't shoot. So, he doesn't have to keep anybody honest. Now, when he starts knocking down that J consistently, it'll be like a different story. Then he can have the ball all he wants because he can keep the defense honest. But as long as he's not going to shoot, he knows he's not going to shoot. The defense knows he's not going to shoot, and it puts more pressure in the middle. So I think that's something that he's got to recognize and he's got to work on more this offseason. I know he worked on it all last offseason, but he still didn't shoot any more really than he did the previous year.
Yeah, hopefully this offseason, because he hinted at that he was going to shoot more jumpers.
Right.
Him going to the basket is almost an automatic bucket. So, real quick, back to the finals. I just had a quick question for you. If the Lakers win, who should get Finals MVP?
That's a tough question. You can't really say Anthony Davis because of his performance in Game 3. I feel like if he would have performed a little bit more, they would have won Game 3. Rondo was playing pretty good ball, but I don't know if it's enough to call him the MVP. That's a bit much.
You know what the answer is. Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, I guess you got to give it to LeBron. Morris has played pretty good, but it's not enough to really.
I don't even know why you're bringing these guys up.
I'm just thinking anybody else other than LeBron. LeBron is the obvious answer, but I think you do have to go LeBron.
So the reason why I brought that up is because I've been seeing people even before the Game 3 that Anthony Davis had. I didn't even think it was close. LeBron has clearly carried them through these finals. Now, of course, yes, you have Rondo doing what he's done because Rondo is very important to that team, right? And I think everybody agrees with that. But again, somebody like LeBron is like, man, no. It's at the point where he's doing it again. He's like leading the finals in points and rebounds. And I think Jimmy Butler averages more assists than him by like 1 assist or something like that. So depending on what happens on Friday, and if they happen to win, he's gonna damn near average a triple-double again in the finals. But then he's gonna lead the finals in points, rebounds, assists. It's like, again, there's absolutely no one. There's no one that should even be close to that to even get in the vote. Some people vote for LeBron. I mean, for AD out of LeBron fatigue, but nah, man, it's gonna be LeBron, man.
Nah, I would have to agree. It's nobody in that arena. So I got a question. Me and you had talked about this, I mean, for months on air. Our good friend Bill O'Brien.
Thank the Lord.
Did that blow up in his face, or did it blow up in his face?
So
and I'm not laughing at Bill O'Brien for losing the job. I'm just laughing at.
No, I am, because he's done so many blunders, right? What caused him to lose his job? The funny thing is, it's not even all of the terrible GM moves that he made. Is once JJ Watt was against him, it was a wrap. They said, get out of here. Like, him and JJ Watt had got into it. And I think a day when he got fired yesterday. So a day later, he's fired. Come on.
Well, you know what really took. Okay, so it was that. Mm-hmm. So they asked him in a press conference after the game if he thought his job was in jeopardy. He said, not one bit. So McNair was like, what? Like, not wait. You're not worried. You're not worried about your job.
So
fire that joker.
So whatever he had over the Texans ownership, they said forget it. They said screw it. Let's get this man. He should have. So honestly, he should have been gone, right? And I think that they were giving him chance after chance because he was like winning the division. He was getting them to the playoffs. He couldn't necessarily get over the hump, but the boneheaded moves that he's made the last couple of years is like, are you trying to get fired? Because when he traded DeAndre Hopkins for a 4th rounder and David Johnson, it was like, yo, you are trying to lose your job, man. And
he has mortgaged that team's future. The next GM that comes in, and the next coach. I feel bad. I mean, they've got talent at the quarterback. I think that was a huge part of it is Deshaun Watson was not going to be able to progress like he's capable of under Bill O'Brien. That was clear. But the amount of draft picks that they've given up and the money that they've got tied into everybody, and they're not getting anything really in return. They haven't got anything in return. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that job moving forward. But, yeah, they've got their work cut out. Bill O'Brien, he had like one of those Chip Kelly moments to where you – like all that stuff was just like, man, why would he do that? And you think either this guy is a genius and he doesn't and he knows something I don't know, or he is a complete idiot.
I think I'll take the latter. I think that he's just he was one of those coaches that was full of himself, and it pretty much caught up to him. But here's the problem though. It's kind of hard to dispute his success because granted, their division wasn't always like the strongest, but he was winning it and he was getting to the playoffs. And he was often winning like at least one playoff game, So it was like, but I believe that they feel like they had a tandem that could compete with that you can compare to any tandem in the league with Watson and Hopkins, and he screwed that up. So now it's like, damn, now what?
So I take the latter of it. He's been there he was there for 6 years. Mm-hmm. And throughout that 6 years, I mean, those teams were loaded with talent. Yes, he just got a quarterback not too long ago, but I mean, you look at Merciless on the defense. They had Jadeveon Clowney. They had, J.J. Watt, and even though he's been hurt for a lot, they had Joseph out there. And then you look at
talent, but did he have Doc Rivers' talent?
Yeah,
no.
He had a lot of talent, man. He had a lot of talent to where it was almost like a shoo-in that he should have been winning that division. Now, he did run across some bad luck with some injuries to some quarterbacks. So I give him that. But then he got a quarterback. He had enough pieces to really making the playoffs for him should never have been a problem. It wasn't like he had to go in there and build that organization up. He just had to sustain. But ultimately, he ended up regressing them with some of his idiotic moves.
Right. So who should, not this because they got Romeo Crennel right now, but who should be the next head coach there?
It's a lot of people talking about Lincoln Riley. Oklahoma's off to a 0-2 start.
It's time to get out.
Well, you almost got to go to a different direction. Good offensive mind. But I don't know if he leaves Oklahoma for that job. I mean, if you're going to take that job, you got to understand what you're walking into. It's going to take you a couple of years to clean up the mess that he's created. Mm-hmm. I mean, they virtually have no draft picks, and they got a lot of players that's overpaid. So you're going to have to bring in somebody that really understands how to be a GM, and is going to be able to attract talent. And they're not in a position where they can miss in the draft. And then he's got to be in sync with the head coach. So we'll see.
So I think it's one of those. So what's going to happen is going to be like a San Francisco, how they bring in Shanahan and Lynch, and they paired them together. It's going to be one of those. And so two people that I thought about was one, Dabo Swinney for obvious reasons, and two, Eric Bieniemy from Kansas City. Those are the first two people I was thinking of, and I think that it'll go to the Bieniemy effect of how he's great with quarterbacks, and I'll stand on if you switch Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, that the Chiefs are doing the same exact thing. I think that they because nothing that Deshaun Watson has done tells me that he couldn't lead that Chiefs team to a Super Bowl, especially what he did in college. If you look at the Chiefs, and some may say that Clemson's defense was probably better than the Chiefs' defense since Mahomes has been there, and but the weapons that Mahomes has now are really similar to what Deshaun Watson dealt with in college. So nothing from what I've seen from the two of them play say that if Deshaun Watson was the quarterback of the Chiefs the last 2.5 years, that he wouldn't have been a Super Bowl champion last year.
Yeah, see, I could disagree with that. Deshaun Watson, man, he's big time. He is big time. Patrick Mahomes, that's a bad boy. I know he's been struggling. Struggled. Well, not really struggling. I guess struggling to his level.
Okay.
He's got to figure out when teams aren't blitzing how to beat the team. And that's pretty much all the defense have been doing is they just been sitting back in coverage and not blitzing them. So he's got to overcome that. I think the Rams kind of showed us it wasn't the Rams, it was the Chargers. I'm mistaken. The Chargers showed us that in week 1. And I guess in week 2, who was he playing? He was playing.
No, week two was the Chargers. Week 1 was the How many games they played? 4?
Week 1 was the Texans. So he looked good against the Texans. Week 2 was the Chargers, and that's when he kind of regressed and they stopped blitzing him. Mm-hmm. So, the Patriots really just kind of followed that game plan and had him a little shook. But the thing with Patrick Mahomes is, man, when you have a quarterback like that, and I saw it firsthand in the Super Bowl, mm-hmm. you're not going to keep him down forever. Eventually he's going to figure it out. So yeah, he's a bad boy, man. Bad boy.
So and so if you were to switch, you don't think that he would be a Super Bowl winning quarterback? Deshaun Watson, if you put Deshaun Watson in Kansas City, you don't think they win the Super Bowl?
It'd be tough. I think Mahomes, he's got a lot of talent behind him, but a lot of that talent was there when like Alex Smith was there or, other quarterbacks. I think Mahomes ended up being that missing ingredient that brings it all together. Like, yeah, he does have weapons, mm-hmm. but I don't know if I'm so quick to put any quarterback in there and say they can
win. That's interesting. And I'm not saying any quarterback. I'm talking about just these two quarterbacks. I believe they were in the same draft.
So this is my opinion on Mahomes. I think he's got the opportunity to be greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I no. Okay.
He's got the potential.
Yes, he does, but I still think it's a bit premature to say that he can be the greatest of all time.
Man, I just look at what he's achieved at his age compared to all the greats. If you really look at it and you go down, the only quarterback you can really compare him to at that age is Tom Brady. But Tom Brady wasn't making Pro Bowls. I believe he was. They both got rings around the same time, so they both had championships.
I don't know if Tom Brady wasn't making Pro Bowls, but
not at the age.
How old is Mahomes? 25.
It's 25. I believe Tom Brady got his first ring when he was 25 too, or 24. I think they both were 24. But you look at what he's accomplished statistically. There's I don't know. You have to show me a quarterback that's thrown for more yards and been younger and won the Super Bowl and was Super Bowl MVP and an MVP of the league. The potential is there for him to be the greatest. Whether or not he does it or not, whether or not injuries gets in his way, I don't know. But I don't think the same thing about Deshaun Watson. Now, I think the argument could be made for Lamar Jackson.
Wait, what?
I think people think that he's up there.
Wait. So, all right. I think Deshaun Watson has done more than Lamar Jackson.
Let me ask you this.
MVP.
Let me ask you this, right? If you got Deshaun Watson and you got Lamar Jackson next to each other, who do you take?
I'm taking Deshaun Watson.
And see, I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
You're crazy. And you'll lose. Just like in college, just like in the NFL. Lamar Jackson won this year, but we all know why. He doesn't even have if he has DeAndre Hopkins, they are not 0-4. They're not 0-4. If that one player, yes, and yes, one man doesn't make the team. You give Deshaun Watson DeAndre Hopkins back, they're probably 3-1, 2-2. But they've had the toughest schedule.
So look, I'm not debating that, and I'm not saying that Deshaun Watson is not a good quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback, and I think that part of what was holding him back was Bill O'Brien. I think that if you get somebody that can get pieces in there, so he didn't waste his career away, you get a line to protect him. Yeah, the sky is the limit.
Right.
But do I put him above Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson? personal opinion, no. I see the argument with Lamar, but I think Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes before any of those guys.
Okay.
But when it comes to Jackson versus Watson, listen, man. Watson's gonna win more times than he's gonna lose against Jackson. Right now, he just Lamar Jackson just has the better team. If their teams are equal, then it's like, all right, let's see. But right now, their teams aren't equal. They're not even close.
So what I'm seeing, and I want to throw another name out there, Josh Allen. I'm seeing guys that are their potential is starting to show. I think with Lamar Jackson and people like Josh Allen, they haven't reached their full potential.
Neither has Watson. It's not even close. Watson has not reached his full potential.
Okay. If I have to take somebody between Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson, I'm going Lamar Jackson.
All right, yeah, let's get to
that's my pick.
Okay, I get it. But you drinking a Kool-Aid? All right, let's go to winner. What? All right.
No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner.
All right, so there's been plenty of stuff that's went on this week from our president, just infecting people on purpose to try to show some sort of strength. But I'm not going to give him the winner of the week. I got to give it to the Tennessee Titans, man. Have you heard that these guys, they were supposed to be quarantined and they were caught working out at a high school?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get that they wanted to stay competitive and they want to compete, but we all know about the seriousness of the coronavirus. They've had 20 individuals in their organization. 22 that have tested positive. They just got to shut it down, man. But I was just baffled at how they thought that this wasn't going to get out. Like you're going to go to a high school in your state, high schoolers,
in your city,
in your city, your state, city, all of it, and people wasn't going to recognize, like, gee, there go Ryan Tannehill. That's our quarterback of our team. Oh, they're working out. Oh, their facilities are shut down. Why are they working out here? I just thought it was idiotic, man. Idiotic.
Yeah. Now, when I read that earlier today, I said, "Wow." I'm sure there's going to be some hefty fines if they haven't been doled out already.
Oh yeah,
and that is one of the things that people were talking about of being responsible and holding each other accountable. They're not holding each other accountable. They're practicing together, saying screw it. So they had the 2 negative tests. I mean, two days of negative tests, but then they had the 2 positive tests today. Again, it may have been a false positive. We don't know. And honestly, I don't care. If your facilities are shut down, they're shut down for a reason. Y'all better just have some Zoom meetings and call it a day. I think that showed a lack of judgment. I mean, it's gonna cost them. They probably don't care. And it may cost them a game. That, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the NFL makes them forfeit the next game. And then what? You know, I don't think that's gonna happen. But if they're not gonna take this serious, then you have to hit them where, and that's ultimately it'll be a team suspension where they suspending the whole team a game, and then, you know, figure out what happens the following week, because that's just, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
So the NFL is up against it. They right the ship. I'm not going to be overcritical of them because we saw baseball persevere. Shout out to them. They've got their playoffs. Their end of the season is right there, you know what I mean? And they ended up, even though we didn't agree with everything that they did, It still worked. They were able to pull it off. The NFL has similar success, but they are going to have to adjust, like baseball had to adjust to what's going on. We haven't even gotten into it, but both of us who play in all these fantasy leagues, we play for money, and I mean this COVID thing is it's an X factor.
Yeah, it is, man.
It's an X factor. I mean, you think about it. If the Tennessee Titans, if they got to forfeit a game after sitting a week, it becomes tough. Buffalo. I guess what they're playing Buffalo, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then, if you got to sit somebody like Josh Allen, because these guys is out there. It's just crazy, man. It is just absolutely absurd.
So
one thing go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to make sure I got this in there. Your Cowboys.
Oh no, let's move on. So the Alice Cowboys. That's because they ain't no defense at all. No defense.
Mike Nolan. So I'll say this, right? I'm not going to like try to smear you or make you feel bad or just rub it in too much. The Cowboys are really onside kick away from being 0-4.
Go ahead, finish because I'm tired of hearing that bull crap.
No. This is reality. That defense couldn't. I mean, they can't stop anybody, but it's so much blame to go on with it. Mike McCarthy. I understood you wanted to hire your homeboy, but when he had that Atlanta defense, it was terrible. He was a good defense. He was the architect of those great 49ers defenses. And I always say Mike Nolan did not get enough credit for what he did with that defense before Singletary got there. But my God, man, his track record, and that was like almost 10 years ago. His track record since then, they got to cut ties with him, man.
Oh, man. I thought we were going to. So, no, see, this is what I don't like, Scott. Because when the Cowboys are winning, you don't never want to. You don't never want to put say nothing about the Cowboys, man.
It's been a long time since they've been winning.
What? No,
it's been at least a couple of years. They didn't win last year.
Oh my gosh! All right, listen. I ain't trying to do all of that. Listen.
So let me ask you an honest question, and all jokes aside, because they have it's not a tough division; it's a weak division. Even with them being 1-3, they can right the ship.
Absolutely.
Do you honestly see them righting the ship?
Yes, because honestly, a lot of the defense is about effort. Like a lot of the guys are in positions to make plays. It's about effort, and they're not making the plays, right? So that's the biggest problem. And the coaches the scheme needs to change just a little bit. But here's the thing: we got Randy Gregory coming back. Eventually, Van Der Esch is going to come back, hopefully this month. And hopefully they go out and get a Earl Thomas. They could get Snacks. What's his name? Shoot.
I thought you said Earl Thomas signed with Houston.
No. So they were going to, but
okay.
It fell through. That fell through. And so here's the thing. If they get those guys back, it's easy to right the ship defense. Let me not say easy. But the thing is, they have the pieces to right the ship. If you know what I'm saying, with the guys on that D line right now, they're playing like crap. And I mean, it's like saying playing like crap is giving them too much props. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's the problem is them stopping a run.
Yeah. It's terrible. But so hold on, we could come back to this, right? So, like you said, we're playing some fantasy leagues, and we got something special for the people today. We got something special, Scott. Oh, Scott, you didn't. Oh, I forgot. I think I told you. You might not have been listening. We got something special. Hey, so real quick story. I'll bring our guy Ern on real quick. So, Ern B is in the building, right? So hold on, real quick, Scott. So real quick story. So Ern is, he's been our friend for over 20 years. Real highly competitive guy. But forget the competitive thing. Last year during the show, it was this year. I'm sorry. When Scott's daughter was born, Ern filled in for Scott. On a last second, he called in and he did the show with me. Love him for it. We appreciate it. He came to the studio, was on the show, appreciate it. So what's about to happen is out of love, man. Trust me, it's out of love. So again, Scott, we playing all these fantasy leagues. So Ern, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we got into it. Hey, Ern, before you even say anything, I need you to get some light. We need light. We need light, sir. We need the people to see your face.
I believe you're wrong.
So listen.
I believe you're wrong, brother.
So, again, highly competitive. And what we said was we made a bet before the season, before all the fantasy seasons, being that we're in about 3 or 4 different fantasy leagues together, that every time we play, we're gonna bet $50 and the Yoke 'em Up challenge. So hold on.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I know you did, but I didn't.
But you didn't.
So of course not. So here's the thing.
Friends for 20 years, he didn't.
So here's the thing. This past week, me and Ern faced each other in one of our leagues, and so I was up, and I was up by 30 points, and he had 2 Monday night guys. He had Hill for Tariq Hill for the Chiefs, and he had Scantling, whatever his name is, for Valdez, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So my thinking was, I was up about 30 points, and I said, if Tariq Hill don't get 20 points and go off and get 20 points, I might be all right. So he didn't. He got about 16 and some change, and then it was the Green Bay game, and I was like, man, when that tight end was scoring all them touchdowns, I was like, let's go. All in all, Ant wins. Yes, I just talked about myself in third person. Ant won the matchup, and shout out to Ern because he did cash app the $50. That went to thing. But now it's time. Let's go, Ern. Hold on. I got you right now, Ern. Get you hyped. Let's go.
Let me ask y'all something. You know, from time to time I can be a complete a-hole, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
From time to time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all you simply said is cracked. It's the Yoke 'em Up challenge, so I just got to crack the egg on my head, right?
No, yeah, on your head, yes.
On my head, right?
You crack the egg and the yolk, and yeah, the yolk. Because that's actually like good for your hair.
It's good for my hair, really?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, we got Sheik. Because we got a battle tonight, Ern. So come on, the 2 participants, they waiting for you. Once Marcus come in here, we might have. But go ahead, Ern. Why you stalling, babe? Stop stalling, baby. Can we see the egg? Where's the egg at?
At first, I said to myself, why didn't O'Brien play? Get Cooks an opportunity to receive the ball. So I'm glad he got fired. I'm so glad.
And I dropped Cooks. Yeah, I saw that you picked. I
picked them up. I absolutely picked them up.
Hey, listen. Hey, fellas, we're all friends. We can talk about that later. Get to the good point. Get to the good part.
Hold on. Let me get my shine on before I get my yoke on.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. I'm just so glad this guy got fired, yo. This guy has all speedsters on his team, and they ain't throw 45 points on Minnesota last week. My heart dropped.
Right.
When
I understand that.
It didn't make no sense, bro. So I'm glad he got fired. With all due respect, I no respect. I'm just glad he got fired because of this. 4 points, I believe. Right? I lost 4.
No, you lost. I think it might have been 6.
4 or 6 points. Still, a loss is a loss.
Yeah, loss is a loss.
Okay, and I said to myself, Ant just wanted me to hit the yoke on my head. At first, I was gonna be a jerk. I was just gonna put this paper on my head and literally just snap this yoke on my head and literally just close the screen and run. Run from dear life, yo. The next one is mine, bro. I promise. The next one is mine, Joe.
Hey, Ern. So I got hold on. So here's the thing, Ern. All right, so yeah, you lost by 5 points. You lost by 5 points, man. And I understand. So, all right, the floor is yours, baby. Let's go.
Yo, I'd like to say thank you, Father, for everything you have done for me. Shout out to the Paradigma, the Battleground people.
Yes.
Shout out to Scotty. Scotty always hold me down. No shout outs to Anthony, I promise you. None. Not a single shout out. I don't care if I turn around and because of Ant I became popular, my podcast started popping. No shout outs, Anthony.
Oh man.
Yo, come on. That's so nasty. Oh. Hey, yo, Ern, I think you got a little yolk in your beard, B. Hey, Sheik. What up? Oh, let's get Sheik up in here.
No yolk on the beard. I'm good.
Yeah. Yo, all I saw was that little yellow, like, Hey, Ern, I know how you feel. Oh,
complete. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, man. So, hey, Sheik.
What's good? What's up, fella?
Ern will be back. I'm gonna get Ern off the screen. Yo, so I don't know where Marcus is, but y'all got y'all rematch tonight. Well, hey, man, look. You know, I tell you this. It was you know, some people say that you lost because you wasn't prepared for the categories. You know, they you know, some people been saying that, you know, Marcus was just better. You know, all I can say is, damn, shit. Damn, you had him on the road, man. I had him on the road. So what can we expect? What can we expect tonight?
It's gonna be epic tonight. Just because I know he got some, you know what I mean? I know he got what he got, man. He got some fire, man. But you know, I like my playlist too, man. I like my ear for music, man. So it's gonna be fun, man. This is gonna be fun, man. We gonna have a good time tonight.
So
I'm looking forward to every bit of it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight, man. You know?
So I did you sent me a message earlier about, you know, you giving a disclaimer to the people that's gonna be watching. Just tell them what you said. Tell them what you said.
With what?
As far as, you know, with the text messages and
man, you know, this battle right here, man. You know, get your significant other with you. You know, get your wine, whatever you like to drink, whatever you like to partake in, man. You know, light y'all some candles, man. And if you don't have a significant other, you know, have your phone charged because you will be sending them "Hey Big Head" text tonight. You know what I'm saying? Try and get that everything back, man. Me and Chink gonna put y'all, you know, put everybody in the mood tonight, man. So we gonna have some fun with it, man.
Agreed.
I mean, so
agreed. But I will say this though, after battling this weekend, I have a newfound respect for battles, man. Them categories is tough, brother.
Especially you, Scotty, man. How you mess up on two categories? Do you always remind everybody about the categories?
That's his thing, right?
And
That's
still
his
won.
thing.
You always remind everybody about the categories, and then you went and messed up twice, man. And I would have picked both of them songs too. They just didn't fit the category.
Yeah, man. I tell everybody it's the categories. Anybody can play music, but that minute it really gets you, okay, do you really know music? And I think that's what separates everybody in that competition.
That's what separates that, because you got to wait for, you know, for that to end what it is that the category is, and then automatically your mind got to go to something, and you just got to boom, you know what I mean? You got to search. So, yeah, the categories are tough, and I'm sure y'all got some, you know what I mean, got some categories that's going to shock us tonight, too. So, right here, baby. Ern, take that towel right here, bro.
So, you know what's interesting about this?
Damn.
I think they face each other 5 more times between all the weeks.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, man.
Yeah, that was a tough bet. I forgot about that.
So here's the thing. I gave Ern an out, but him being the man that he is.
When you gave me an out?
I said you can do it on the battlegrounds. He said no. Let's do it on off the record.
Oh no, this is better.
Off the record deserves.
You ain't gonna get me and out of spiteful. That's what I'm gonna call you now. And out of spiteful. You was gonna try to get me straight. You thought we was gonna have 35 people like we had last Sunday on that battlegrounds. Nah, fam.
Oh no, fam. Hey, listen, man. Listen.
And I don't trust Marcus. So
we got one of the judges.
I love
here.
Marcus to death.
I don't know if he was.
We got to make sure
on the stream.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what you're gonna do with Marcus, bro.
I got something for him.
Look, you got some support out there.
Completely honest, man.
Out there.
Do your best. Do your best.
Hey, that guy right there is an underrated contender.
Did you see the last time I battled him?
Yeah.
I don't know where Ern went. I don't know. Ern will be back, but here you go. Here we go.
Got the king.
My bad, y'all.
It's a family affair today.
I'm back.
We want to look in the show because it's almost time. It's almost time to go. It's almost time.
I think he took classes at VSU, all about music only.
Yeah. So look, Ern. So I'm not Ern, but we got Marcus in here. We got one of the judges in here. Jamal's in here. I don't know where his video is. I don't know. I'm about to take Jamal out because he a Lakers fan, and I don't want to deal with no Lakers fans right now.
I ain't got no smoke, man. You know we.
Hey, yo, you got listen. If you're gonna be on the air, you gotta show your video, man.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the
Hey, I'm definitely about to get rid of him, yo. So Marcus, we heard from Sheik. What do you got lined up for the show, man?
Man, the king gonna do what the king do, man.
Oh man.
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, what more do you want?
Oh God. All right, well,
it's gonna start becoming to where I'm asking the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because it's just like, what more can
who is this guy, man?
So Marcus, here's my question. How deep are you gonna go in terms of the music?
Marcus, you there?
Man, my range is unlimited. So
wow.
Yeah, mine
You
too.
know, I'm looking to have some fun tonight.
So let me ask y'all this: what is the?
Yeah, I'm just looking to have some fun.
I got a question. What's the range?
Was that the white
No,
meat?
it's just
There it is. He's
R&B,
coming for blood, bro.
So it's just R&B.
He's
Okay.
not playing.
I mean, he's not. But did you? You ain't seen me battle yet or something? That's what I'm saying. Like I hold my own, man. You know what I'm saying?
So, hey, Kraft, what's going on? You got some more shots fired at Ching. He competed. LaFate competed with Marcus, and he's throwing his shots in there. So I mean, look, guys, hey, it's 8:00. 8:30 is the battle, y'all. So
we'll come back.
Tune in. 8:30. It's gonna be a good one. You got Sheik versus Chink,
epic.
and you're gonna see what happens, man.
Hey, and before you wrap up, Chink, aka the King, is getting married this weekend. Congratulations, brother, man.
Absolutely.
I know y'all doing y'all thing with the battle, man, but just congratulations, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, bro, I got a couple songs for you too, man. For the
oh man, he said he's gonna be. Man, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be your DJ.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah, man. These are some bragging rights, man. That's my brother in real life, man. So this for bragging rights right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real life.
Yeah. So you already know what it is.
So check us out on same crazy channel, same crazy place at 8:30. At 8:30, Scott and Jamal are judges, actually. Yeah, they both judges. So we're gonna see. And next week, we're gonna have another battle. We'll let y'all know who it's gonna be. But
I thought the Fade and Rock were squaring up.
Oh yeah. Oh, good job.
Gonna be pillow fighting.
That is the
varsity game, man. You know what I'm saying? That's JV next week, man. Tonight's the varsity playing tonight. Varsity playing tonight.
Hold on. So Marcus, hold on, Marcus. So you've taken it easy on Wednesday nights and still won. Is this one of those you're gonna take it easy, or are you just gonna do the, as we discussed a couple of weeks back? But is this no bars, or are you gonna take it easy on Sheik again?
I definitely listen. I'm the king, but I can't take it easy on this guy. I got to bury him. So
those are facts.
No way. Like we used in the dorms, even after college, man. We used to trade mental jabs with music all the time. So I'm not even no, I would never. No. No.
Well, with that be, hey, look, that atomic bomb that she just gave to Fate and Rock.
They ain't just gonna be pillow fighting.
All right, well, all right, till next week, y'all. Well, see y'all at 8:30. Oh man, this is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's your boy Scotty B. All right, best of luck to both of y'all, man.
Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at